I was thinking the other day, and I wrote a little post about this. We talk about where we are right now and the number of mass killings there have been, and the fact that nobody's been able to do something about it, and that's very strange. I remembered a little thing that happened back in 1980, where a woman lost her daughter to a drunk driver, and she had enough. One woman, one daughter, and she formed Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And we've all heard of that. We all know what they did. She lost her daughter in 1980, and by 1984, they changed the drinking age from 18 to 21. It took less than 4 years all total. Why? Well, we know that people take their alcohol seriously in the United States, but they were able to do this. Why? Because there was a mission, there was a movement, and there were people who cared, and they talked to their politicians. And I'm going to hold this flag in my other hand. There was a movement and they got it done. Now everybody wonders why we can't do it now. Well, we know why. There's this thing that we call the gun lobby. And I think that's a BS term. It is a lobby for the mass murder industry, and we need to start calling it what it is. Because the sooner we put an accurate name on that, the sooner we can do something about this. So, we know Mothers Against Drunk Driving changed the drinking age in 4 years. They also, by 2003, changed the limit that tells you where you are drunk to drop from 10 to 0.8. And how did they do that? There were holdouts in different states around the world, and I'm waving this flag, around the country. There were holdout states, but you know what Congress did? They passed legislation that said if you do not pass this legislation in your state, we'll withhold funds for your highways and things like that. That is how you get things done. We talk about the nature of activism. People wonder what activism is, yada, yada, yada. Why are these kids getting up and talking? Why should we listen to these kids? They don't know much. They are learning something right now. They are learning that their voice has value. You're going to hear from 3 kids that I heard speak at the Democratic Convention in the county this morning. And they ended with some very powerful facts, and those facts were, I can vote in November. And that excited me, and I hope they end that way again, because this is how the change happens. We look at students, these kids that are graduating high school, kids who are older than them, have never known a world in which they couldn't go to school and get murdered. We remember Columbine. I remember when it happened. How long has that been? Almost 20 years. It's time to do something about it. My name's Mat Pruneda. I'm running for